Who is hotter than the Detroit Tigers? The answer is nobody. Not even a trip on the water north of the border can cool off the Tigers. Sweep on the line today here in Toronto.
Final game of the series here between the Blue Jays and the Tigers. The Blue Jays hoping to avoid being swept here in their home ballpark. Here comes Gausman for his first start in 10 days. The way they came out of the break, reshuffling the rotation. A good break for Gausman. 9 days rest since his last start, which came in San Francisco before the break. And Wencel Perez, the leadoff man for the Tigers, is in the box. And the first pitch fastball is sent high and deep to right field. And a jumping catch made by George Springer, who's making it look like he had trouble picking up that ball. Found it late, but found it in time.
And Perez almost put his team up one early.
Just missed hitting it out. One down now for another rookie, the second baseman, Colt Keith.
I don't know that there's a more sizzling 22-year-old in Major League Baseball than Colt Keith right now.
1 on, 1 out for another young player, Justin Henry Malloy, the DH. Boy, I don't know if the Tigers have a flight to catch or I mean, take a pitch every now and again. A fly ball to center, 2 down.
That's outside. It's ball 4. Riley Green takes a 4-pitch walk, so 2 on for the Tigers and Carson Kelly.
Turn and throw back to second. They got him. Colt Keith is picked off second base by Kevin Gausman. Spencer Horwitz snuck in there and applied the tag. And that is going to do it for the top of the first inning.
And a rookie right-hander, Cader Montero, will be on the mound for the Tigers.
The Venezuelan right-hander, that ERA up over 5.5. It's just his 5th start and 6th game in the big leagues. He's the Tigers' number 7 prospect.
George Springer's going to lead it off, and Springer's had a good weekend. Had a 2-run homer on Friday night, an RBI single yesterday. High in the air to left. Did he get enough of it? He sure did. Springer's hot streak continues, and the Blue Jays have an early lead.
That's how you get to a fastball right there. George working very efficiently, and this is just a different looking swing than we saw earlier in the season. This is much more like the George Springer of old.
Number 12 on the season for Springer.
Line drive to center field. Riley Green over in. He had to dive at the last moment, lunge forward to catch the sinking line drive off the bat of Spencer Horwitz.
Yeah, that ball had a little bit of topspin on it. Riley, it seemed like he thought it had some backspin was going to carry to him. Made a nice adjustment in the end and ended up making a bit of a diving play.
2 down for Zach McKinstry, the Tiger shortstop. And he swings at the first pitch. And a fly ball to shallow center. Kevin Gausman ain't messing around so far. 6 pitches to get 3 outs here in the second. Top of the third, 1-0. The Blue Jays up. And here's Javier Baez. And a splitter to get him swinging as he strikes out Baez, first out here in the third.
That's pitching 101 right there, but you also have to execute a great pitch, and look at that splitter. It looks like a strike the whole way and actually carried the zone a bit, but good movement.
He loves to get swing and a miss on that splitter. And he gets it there. Perfectly executed pitch on the 3-2 as he picks up his second strikeout of the afternoon, getting Keith to set down the Tigers.
George Springer at the plate. Hit his 58th career leadoff home run his last time up.
Coming into the game today, since June 25th, so almost 4 weeks of action, Springer was hitting .356, tied for 3rd in the league in extra base hits, total bases, 4th in slugging, 4th in OPS. And another high fly ball to left. And he has done it again. His second home run in as many at-bats this afternoon, and it's 3-0.
Another fastball, this time up in the zone. Montero missed with a couple of sliders, and that's why I thought more teams are trying to spin the baseball against him, because he has been hammering the fastball. First home run was a fastball down. Second home run of the game is a fastball up in the zone.
That smile might be even bigger than the one back in the first inning. His 23rd career multi-home run game. Again? And it's only the 3rd.
First hit of the day for McKinstry, 4th for the Tigers, and their first leadoff base runner. The set from Gausman and the pitch to Baez. Called strike 3. Splitter on the inside edge, and Baez just starts to move now. He wasn't so sure, but he's retired for Gausman's 5th strikeout, or pardon me, his 4th strikeout, and his first out here in the 5th.
Bases are loaded. Couple of walks begin the third trip through the order for Kevin Gausman.
Now the batter is going to be Justin Henry Malloy, 24-year-old from New York City, 6th round pick by the Braves back in 2021.
Justin Henry Malloy in the air, left center field. Varsho back, track wall, another slam. Rogers yesterday, Malloy today. It's 4-3 Tigers.
Who's it going to be today with the big hit? You don't know in this lineup. Yesterday, Jake Rogers. Today, Justin Henry Malloy. Good for him. Bases loaded. You got nowhere to put him. You got to come into him. And Justin Henry Malloy knows it. And Tigers take the lead.
George has had one 3-home run game in his career. That was with the Astros back in 2019 against the Angels. Lined into left, a base hit. McKinstry on the track to cut it off. Springer on his way to second and safe. George is 3 for 3 and having a good time.
George is playing this game like a 24-year-old right now. When you're on time for the fastball, you see spin well also, and he is all over this pitch, and what a great diving slide into second base to avoid that tag.
3 for 3, 2 homers and a double for George Springer. Here's Spencer Horwitz 0 for 2. And this is up the middle, a base hit. Carlos Fabulous is giving Springer the wave. He'll come in to score, and the Horwitz single ties the game.
Well, that didn't take long at all for the Blue Jays to get back tied in this ball game, and for Spencer Horwitz to bounce this ball up the middle. It's a fastball, middle in, but he gets it, finds that hole up the middle to the right of the second baseman.
It has gone really well for Kevin Gausman today, other than that 5th inning. And after a base hit, he got the next 2 outs, but then walk, grand slam by Justin Henry Malloy.
Hits it in the air to left field. Davis Schneider moving over near the side warning track, makes the catch and ends the inning. Another 1-2-3 for Kevin Gausman, keeps us tied at 4, middle of the 6th inning.
Turner at second, Varsho at first, 2 down.
So 2 down. Here's Ernie Clement, 1 for 2 on the day with a run scored.
Into center field, that's a base hit. Turner is getting the wave. Green's throw to the plate, not in time, and Clement has given the Blue Jays the lead.
But it's a great swing path, lining that ball in center field.
Short swing. Yep. Never gets too big up there. Varsho came around to third. The Blue Jays have the lead back.
8th inning in Toronto, 5-4. The Blue Jays lead the Tigers.
What it looks like this inning belongs to Cabrera for the foreseeable future.
3-2, just missed. Oh, Cabrera almost jumped out of Rogers Center.
And he thought he had made a good pitch right there. The bottom of the zone does not get the call from Jeremy Ricks.
Now can he just turn the page emotionally, right? And because you got a dangerous hitter up here in Riley Green.
Green socks it to left field. That's a base hit. Left on left, and the Tigers have 2 on with 1 out.
And John Schneider is on his way to the mound. That's going to be all for Cabrera, and Chad Green will inherit a bit of a sticky situation here in the 8th. The Blue Jays up 5-4 in the 8th, but the Tigers are threatening as Chad Green comes into the game. Carson Kelly, runners at first and second and 1 out. Kelly 1 for 3 today. High drive left field. And caught by Varsho. What a play by Dalton Varsho, taking extra bases away from Kelly.
Dalton Varsho has done it again. We've seen him crash into walls at full speed. This time he just times it perfectly up against the left field wall.
You know, maybe Davis Schneider makes that play, maybe he doesn't, but you got Dalton Varsho out there and making a sensational catch for the 2nd out. And it looks like Green's going to get out of it. Clement is there and will make the catch. Chad Green might be moments away from giving Dalton Varsho a big old bear hug in the dugout. One more look going to break as Varsho does it again, and the Blue Jays still have the lead. So Green's gotten 4 outs on 8 pitches. Now a big assist in that to Varsho with the catch he made in the 8th inning. Blue Jays an out away from a victory as Gio Urshela is the batter. 38,776 here at the ballpark this afternoon. Fly ball to right. Springer back, has room, and that's the ball game. Green now a perfect 7 for 7 in save opportunities this year. And what a day for George Springer. Hugs and smiles all around. How about the catch by Varsho? And the Blue Jays salvaged the final game of the series with a 5-4 win.